Hello, doing another YouTube live stream here. I wasn't going to do this second one, already did one this morning, but figured why not? Why not do it? This one you guys have seen multiple times, so no surprises on this one. Let me just turn the camera around. I was just charging up one of the Xmark uh, commercial 21 batteries here on the Blue Eddy AC 180 portable power station. This thing has been absolutely phenomenal. You can see it's got 86% left. It's pulling 482 watts right now through the AC outlet to charge that Xmark Commercial 21 battery. Just an awesome unit. I've been using it for a few weeks now. And it's been great. Actually, just received today their new Charger One accessory. So look out for content on that as well. I'm going to be installing it in this truck. It wires to the vehicle's alternator and will provide up to 500 watts input into this to keep this topped up. Every time I get in the truck and drive between clients, it'll be charging this, and then obviously when I'm parked, I can use the power stored in that to charge battery. So it should be an awesome combo. So that'll be coming up. Again, going to do a live stream mowing here. Wasn't actually planning on doing it. Don't even have my stuff ready, like my neck kind of holder there for the phone, and the tripod accessory. So we will have to sort that out. Let me just open the tripod and start first things first here and get this kind of set up. Ooh, bear with me. There we go. I'm going to flip the camera around again. Let me see here if I can kind of like get that kind of hooked up and take off my headset. All right, that way I have the option of using the phone there. And actually, I'm going to take that off now and put it on the holder, make it easier. Let me flip that around again. And we'll grab the trimmer. A little bit of wind picking up. So that's a little bit, not too crazy, but it's not the greatest for live streaming if it's windy. Because of that tripod, it's not very stable, especially with the heavy phone on it. Don't want to lose my phone to a smashed screen if it were to fall over. Let's put this back in my pocket. And then we'll get started. Sorry, a little bit disorganized. Again, I wasn't even planning to do the live stream here, but once I got outside, I was like, such a nice day. I'll do this one, even though this one has been live streamed plenty of times. I was just at one of my other clients' houses, and I didn't realize this morning when I was having my coffee and stuff, and I was put the news on. And there's a house fire in the news in Cloverdale, it said, the area I live in. And I didn't realize it was on the street of one of my clients. And so I went to show up, and it was like a dead end street with like a cul-de-sac type thing. And there was a fire truck on the road, and tons of police cars. And I guess they were still investigating. The fire was out. But the interesting thing is on that street, I always have to park. There's like the cul-de-sac at the end of the street is like this big island, and I have to park alongside one of the islands. It's the island that's in the middle of the cul-de-sac, and you're not supposed to park there. It's no parking signs posted. But I literally have no choice. There's nowhere to park the truck and trailer, and they're very small houses. Just looking at my hedge here, and I'm like, somebody's been touching my hedge. I see little bits of hedge clippings on the ground. There's a piece there, there. Maybe might be just the top. Maybe the neighbor on the other side was knocking the top down, but it looked like some spots like this. Here looks like a hedge trimmer came along here and kind of missed this section here. Interesting. I trim that hedge every fall. See, it definitely looks like somebody has messed with it. I wonder if the neighbor came by and trimmed it, but yeah, you can see the classic signs of it being trimmed from about here up, and where it starts to curve underneath they didn't touch, and also all the ridges, because it's very wavy. When I do it, it's like it's not flat because of course the hedges are different lengths or widths, but I blend it all in and make it look somebody's been messing with my hedge. I don't like that. Don't touch. So if the client comes out, I'll have to ask her about that. Sometimes pops out and says hi. She just asked me last week to trim the tree in the back. So hopefully they didn't touch that as well. I suppose it could have been a family member as well, but I don't think so. I suspect it's probably a neighbor, if I have to guess. The tree has not been touched. Door's open, so she's home. little stumps there, believe it or not. It used to be a kiwi tree or bush. When I first started mowing this place, I didn't even know kiwi would grow here in the Pacific Northwest. And I don't know for sure if it did actually grow any fruit, but that's what they call me. It was a kiwi tree. I suppose like anything, you can get the plants to grow. It doesn't mean they'll fruit though. Like pineapple will will grow here just fine as a plant, but it's not going to be hot enough to produce fruit. Same with lemons. You look for like Costco, they always sell them in the garden department lemon trees and lime trees, and sometimes they'll even have one or two like lemons on them at times, but that'll be it. Once those lemons are done, that tree typically will not produce fruit anymore because of the climate here. It's obviously grown somewhere else warmer and brought in. Ask me how I know. Just got a little blade of grass shot into my eye underneath the glasses. Stung a little bit. Guys have any questions, let me know. As usual. This wind is a little bit concerning just for live streaming. Again, like I said, just for putting it up on the tripod. Putting the heavy phone on the tripod. This little portable one. Could be, just watching the branches there. Could be enough of a wind to knock the tripod over. The flag there, you can see it's getting some good wind. See, but this thing's gonna be noisy, of course. Noisier. A little bit smoky. Oh, girl's getting old. I think this model is from like, I bet it used, but I think when I looked it up, it was like 1996 or something like that, or 1990. Yeah, I think it was 1996. So, or sorry, no, 2009, not 1996. That was the old one that I had. 2009 was this model. That's when I did like a cross reference of the serial number. Still does a great job. I bought this in 2017, and I still remember because it was the day that we had a full solar eclipse where like everything went dark in the middle of the day, and it was the only time that the guy could meet me was during the solar eclipse. So literally, I was looking at the mower and everything went dark outside for a few seconds, and then the light came back. So I'll never forget that day. Maybe if I take a peek around the corner, I can see if the hedge has been trimmed on that side. Just kind of pretend I'm mowing. And definitely looks like it's been trimmed on that side. So it's definitely the neighbor. Trimming the top of the hedge, and then they probably came around to clean up and then touch up some spots. So they're doing their best and being neighborly, but doesn't look very good. One of the biggest reasons I don't like that, obviously one of the reasons is I trim that regularly, so it's kind of taking work away. But the biggest thing is that because I trim it regularly, all the neighbors see me trim it regularly. And so you'll have potentially neighbors that see how it's trimmed right now and think that I did it. So this client has asked me to trim the tree in the back last week. Told me to kind of put it on my list. You guys saw that during the live stream here. So I might, when I come do the tree, touch that edge up now, clean it up because I don't like the way that looks. Don't like the way that looks. guys recognize this gate? If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the little video I put up today about basically the evolution of the Exmark Staris going to the Vertex. And there's a clip right at the beginning of the video that I put together showing the Staris with the bagger kit on the side getting through this gate. At least I think it does. There's potential that I got that wrong. That it didn't, now that I'm thinking about it, there's potential that that didn't make the final cut or final edit of the video. I had lots of different ones to choose from. I might have went with the other one. The one where it shows me going down this really tight sidewalk along a house. I was editing that video. It was kind of sad. I was like, oh man, I wish I had a stand-on to use. I sold that Staris. Just wasn't right. Oh, here's the neighbor. Or sorry, the client. Thank you. Perfect, thank you. Client brought me out a Coke, an ice cold Coca-Cola. She waved at me and held up a can of Coke in the air and pointed at the little table, so kind of indicating she would leave it there for me. That's nice. It's a warm day. I don't drink a lot of pop anymore. I used to all the time, but I haven't had a Coke in so long that I probably enjoy it. I think that's a Coke. Looks like a Coke. Might even be a Coke Zero over there. Right on the table there. So we'll enjoy that after the mow. Very nice of her. Maybe she feels bad that the hedge got trimmed. Maybe she saw me inspecting it. We're going to do this dappled willow coming week or so. Potentially Friday. I can do a live stream showing trimming that willow. I think I might trim the magnolia behind me as well. Do some selective pruning on that one. Now that I can see that was a tree that looked like it was dying. The client asked me to take it out. I opted to just try cutting all of these diseased-looking branches. And the tree has responded really well to that. It came back and flowered so nice this spring. I'm really happy with that. So when I trimmed it, though, it was the fall and there was no leaves on it. So I was just looking at the actual branches themselves, and there was a lot of visible disease and rot. So I cut that stuff off, but I didn't want to take a ton off as well. So I just took off what I could, and then figured I would wait until the spring, summertime here, when I can see the leaves on the tree. It's that tree in the middle there. and then I can trim it based on the leaves. See which branches have leaves, which ones don't. Probably better for the tree too to spread out the pruning when you have to aggressively prune. Take off bits instead of it all at once. Dappled willow, though, underneath the patio, definitely a tree that was planted in the wrong spot. And that one I have to trim twice a year and to shape it into like a ball, just to tidy it up and keep it from overgrowing into the little patio awning. See if I can do I can put the tripod out. On this gravel. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat, and we'll see about answering them when I finish mowing this section at least. So this little incline here around the base of the lawn was one of the areas that I always had trouble with the Exmark Staris. It had some aggressive rear wheels, the drive wheels on that, and just because of the kind of the slope here, doing this pass here, as you can see, the rear wheel here on the Staris would start to dig in and leave a rut. So, and also because it was a 32-inch mower, so the 32-inch mowers to keep obviously their tight little narrow path, those rear wheels have to be really narrow as well. That's a lot of weight on a machine, especially here in the Pacific Northwest where this ground is usually wet, except for these, July, August, September, July, August months typically are the dry months, and then the rest of the year it's wet. So I found myself even on houses like this where I could get the Exmark Staris to get through the gate, that there'd be other issues preventing me from using it. This 36-inch turf tracer is not an issue. It's a lot lighter machine. I'm not on it, of course, and the other thing is that the wheels, because it's a 36, it doesn't have the super narrow wheels that the 32-inch standard did. Comments, Franklin Mint. Hand pink waving. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Hand pink waving. Let me go up top there because it'd be easier looking down this hill than looking up the hill. Let's see what we got here. Can I put that? Yeah, I can put that like that. And hopefully the wind doesn't knock it over. And pink waving. Yeah, I don't know. This monkey tree in the middle. Have you guys ever mowed around a monkey tree? Monkey puzzle tree. It's officially called. Kind of looks like a pine tree. With these little needles on it. They're more triangular shaped and they are treacherous. They're like razor blades, which is why I'm going slow. Because obviously I can't let go of the handles on this machine. Otherwise it could end up in the flower bed. So I'm just going slow to make sure I'm not dragging my hands through those needles. Because they are so sharp. So sharp. What a glorious day. Without mowing lawns. Wish I could bring you guys some content with a battery-powered stand-on or something. This wouldn't have all the noise. In case you missed it, that was me putting that little thought into the universe. You never know. On the back side of this tree, taking a quick little look in there. Any wasp nests. I don't see any buzzing around. What do they say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Never take that tree for granted. After being attacked by bald-faced hornets one time when I was trimming it. There's a nest on the inside of it. They were not happy. Especially with the noise. Vibration, I guess. They don't like that either. Noise and vibration. Any clarification on that comment? No. No clarification on hand pink waving. Not sure what that means. Was somebody waving at me? Over the fence? Over pink? You see that? I don't know. Whew. Grass is growing like crazy. I need a new thumbnail image as well. My back is suited up. Get it in the sun. wheels. That could work. That could work. Let's see. Yeah, that might make a good thumbnail there. Where, let's see, like that. If I get up close, kind of frame that just right. Leave room on the left side. Put some text. And then step back. Get a different version of that. Just like that. I'm just holding enough to get a screenshot from the video later, and I can update the thumbnails. It's not always the same thumbnail in the live streams. I try to do a thumbnail with, I forget though, but I try to do one that shows the machine I'm using, the mower, and kind of the property that I'm mowing, so that it's not false advertising. I'm going to take the mower out first. Not false advertising with the videos, you know what you're getting. But I usually forget to take should have a second camera with me really, but also just taking a spot like that where you kind of take a few frames of video so you can take a still image from works just as well. But I just usually forget. All right. It's nice to have the shade from this tree here when I'm finished this mowing all the time throughout the years. Especially when it gets middle of summer. Yeah, definitely somebody trimmed this side of that hedge. Look at that. Like, it's kind of hokey looking. And all the debris is left on top, which is going to turn all nasty. Look at there. On the end there. And the top is kind of rough looking. I feel like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Instead of somebody's been sleeping in my bed, somebody's been trimming my hedge. These cloth baggers, the factory ones, are so much nicer, I think, than the metal aluminum ones, because it's just a wire frame, basically, on the inside. You see just the wire frame there, and it's just fabric, so it's so much lighter to carry around. They do wear out, though, if you set them down wrong, which I think whoever owned that last was setting it down on the side instead of on the front. I bought that unit off of eBay, and it came from Florida. And I believe I paid 99 bucks US for the used bag and the bracket to put it on and everything, the whole like kit. And I think it was like 50 bucks. It was half the price for just the shipping to get it here to Pacific Northwest. And it's been great. And I've had that just as long, from like 2017. That Turf Tracer, like I said, is a 2009 model, I believe it was, for that one. And I bought that in 2017. And if I remember correctly, I think I paid $2,500 for that hydro walk behind used back in 2017. And that was Canadian dollars, so for you in the US, that would be probably like 21 or 2200 or something like that. Yeah, 21 probably. These over. These are a nice Coke. Coke Zero, sugar-free, caffeine-free. So we'll enjoy that. It's nice and cold. You can see the beading off of it. It makes all the difference right there. Is that it's cold. It's another one done. Put that aside. A tripod. Have that. Oh, it's warm in the truck. Interesting how to see how the Blue Eddy performs in the hot summer if I keep it in the truck. Because you hear the fan on, it's exhausting heat from the unit itself. Just flip the camera around. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how it performs. So that is it for this one. This is the usual one. You guys see one of my good clients that I visit each and every week to do. So just another Another day in lawn care paradise. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for joining me in this live stream, and we'll probably catch you guys tomorrow. All right, we'll chat later. Thanks. Talk to you again.